Hello, America. Thank you for joining the Ad Hominem Attack show. This is Chris Paugh here with the washer. That's the washer. Jeremy Shear.
I'm not as clean as the washer. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we're here. I'm here with Dirty Shear and a washer, and you all want to push me off a cliff for not doing something with that, for not fixing something. And John Wellington.
Hello.
Mr. John Wellington.
How you guys doing?
West Virginia boy.
True.
So we just celebrated the 10th anniversary of the Cleveland Comedy Festival.
It was quite the celebration.
You say that with the way you say it doesn't sound like you mean it.
Well, that's why you're here.
Oh. Gotcha.
No, I enjoy the festival. So here's the deal. John was on Jeremy's other podcast, Let the Hate Flow Through You, and to talk about the public perception of the comedy festival.
A little bit. We were trying to figure out a way to, I guess, talk about the festival and then fit it in with the show.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether or not we accomplished that or not, but we just talked about it basically.
Yeah, there was a lot of...
It's not even public. I guess it would be comedian perception.
Yeah. When Jeremy told me about it, what came to my mind is this. The other day, someone posted something or other about the festival, and it wasn't positive or negative. It was just something mentioning it. But then one gal in particular started commenting about how awful it is.
Okay, yeah.
And how much they screwed her over. And then the longer the conversation got, it was revealed that she hasn't been there since the second year of the festival.
Right.
And this was the 10th year this year.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So she's still 8 years later.
Right.
Something rubbed her the wrong way so much so that a decade later, close to it, she's still talking about the same, like...
Oh yeah, well I've gotten text messages of cars blowing up. So...
Cars blowing up.
Right.
From people that were in the festival?
Right.
Why?
I have a guess as to one of those people.
DePerna?
No.
No. It, I think every once in a while
because
somebody has expectations that it doesn't get realized.
People get upset that they didn't win it when they don't win it?
Dude, sometimes it could be that they didn't win it. It could be that they didn't get in. It could be that they didn't get in the contest. It could be that they felt slighted in some way. It could be any number of things.
Yeah, because
sometimes we're not even necessarily aware of, the slight.
Yeah.
But this is something that can, hold on to someone for a long time. People don't talk to me anymore.
Yeah.
There were people that felt they were slighted even before there was a contest.
Right. Even before, like the first and second year, it was like, But, see, the thing was, even the first and second year, I don't think, we just had a registration. All you had to do was fill out a form, and people were angry about that. Well, we need your information in order to get you on stage and to contact you.
Yeah,
and they were like,
really
I gotta fill something out.
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah, there really are a lot of people that think that they should just show up to a couple of open mics and then be invited to do everything.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's that thing where, okay, I go up and all of us, hey, I'm a comedian. I'm gonna go grab some business cards.
Yeah,
I'm doing this now.
Yeah, they have a fan page within a couple of months.
Yeah, or a website.
Which I'm guilty of.
Which, you know what? If you do a WordPress site and it's free, I completely get it. But if you're brand new and you bought that thing already, you might want to give it a couple of weeks.
It took me a minute to get there on some stuff. But from the beginning, all I thought was like, I want to get really funny.
Yeah.
I had no, like, I want to go win this contest. I want to go win this festival or, get into these clubs. I just wanted to be funny and then figure out what to do with that.
Yeah, and once you figure out that, okay, I'm okay at this or I'm good at it, then I try to look at the people who I see that are, either doing the type of things that I would like to do, material-wise, or their work ethic, how they approach things. And most of them try to get as many sets as they possibly can get. I mean, anyone that I've seen that have went anywhere is that all they live for is the next set. Where can I go up next? And Stuart Huff is probably the best example I can give anybody, because he was living in his car, just going from town to town, doing sets. And this was like back in the early days when I first started.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's like,
he's all over. He's
all over the place, and you see him actually like. The poster is Stuart Huff. It's not just him dropping by.
Right. And he's really good. And that's just one example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, there's really smart guys that are like, I'm going to keep my head down and keep running these roast battles. I'm going to be legendary. Be a legend around here.
You're going to have one of those shirts that says the man with the arrow pointed up and then the legend with the arrow pointed down.
Yeah. I'm with your daddy. It is pointed up. So why do people hate it so much?
I don't know, man. That's
because I've noticed.
I really don't know. Part of the reason why I left this 9 was because I thought maybe it's me. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the reason why that people they're just not into it. Maybe it's just like, hey, you don't like this guy who they think is like doing everything, which is completely wrong. I do not do everything. It takes Joe Hannum and Rodney Bengston, and Joe Hannum does a tremendous amount of work. And but yeah, I thought that it would be better if it was without me this next year, this in 10. So I did all the way up to 9 as artistic director. And then as like a couple weeks after that was over, I said I'm not going to do 10. So.
And then it was weird because like for the past 9 years before that, I was getting like frequent updates on the festival, and then it was like, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, because I didn't know what was going on. They let me know a couple of things, and they asked me about a couple of references, and other than that, they did it on their own, and I'm pretty sure it was just Joe and Rodney and Steve Guy was helping out.
Scanlon was involved, maybe? Or?
Well, Mike Scanlon does the Class Clown, helps out.
Okay.
He might have done more. Again, I don't know, because this year I was not involved. I had a new baby. I was dealing a lot with that. So, and I already have a 5-year-old, so it's kind of like, it was a lot. So
I think, I've noticed in the last 3 years that there's less and less local people signing up for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably one of the easiest ones to get into, because if you sign up, okay, if you just want to pay your $25 and you want to sign up and you don't get in the contest, they'll still get you at least one show, at least a showcase show. It might be a happy hour show, or it might be one of the satellite shows, but they'll get you a show.
Yeah.
And I think that's, and I understand that they think that they're paying $25 for that set, but they're also, if that set does really well, you know what I mean? If you kill it in that set, and it's like, oh, they proved us wrong. And that's what I'm looking for from those people that don't necessarily get into the contest. If they do the showcases, or they just pick up extra showcases, because there's always places to pick up extra sets, because people are always bailing.
Well, and they're not paying for that set. They paid to
a chance
possibly
to get into the contest.
Right.
But if you're not there yet, get stage time. Get that extra stage time in the week. I mean,
I think that for people that have a problem with it, they probably have a problem with festivals in general, because that's how most of them work. Is you pay to
Right.
submit,
Yeah.
and you get in or you don't, and there's different levels of getting in.
Well, I've heard several things. I've heard, well, I don't want to pay for stage time.
Yeah.
Which, I hate to tell them, if they go to larger cities, there are places where they have to pay for stage time.
Yeah, where you could end up
Broke.
doing that. Yeah.
I mean,
Or your my understanding at least is a lot of the LA open mics and stuff, there's people that stand outside waiting in line for
yeah.
they have to come in hours before it starts, and there's a lottery system sometimes.
when there was a funny bone in Pittsburgh when I first started, you had to, it was so weird because you had to call within a certain half an hour, and you had to make sure you called right at 5:30, because if you didn't call right at 5:30, you couldn't get on that that night.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had to also bring I think it was 5 people, and so then you had to have the 5 people on standby that you were going to drive up with with them, and then you had to make sure you called right then exact there. You got to follow all the directions, or you don't get on.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how lucky they are in a Cleveland. At least this is how I have approached open mics and stuff, and because when I started in Columbus there were 2, and a third one had just started, and now I think there's 5 or 6.
Yeah.
There's probably 5 or 6 here, and to not be in New York and or LA to go to one of those places, I guess Chicago now too, and be able to do a mic every weeknight.
It's luxury.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And you just have to go to them.
Right.
And
'Cause,
work on your set. But everybody, for whatever reason, when you say open micer, there's a connotation to that people within 6 months want to be too good to do that. And
which is dumb. Because I think that if you think you're too good, then you're not.
I mean, you hear about guys dropping in on clubs all the time. I mean, they can do that because they're headliners, all right? But you see features drop in on open mics all the time because they know they need the time. They need to work on another 5 minutes to fill out their half an hour, or to fill out their or to hopefully get to their hour. And it's just continuing with the process. And
yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some open mics that I will choose one place over another. I'll choose Funny Stop because I know that at least I'll be going up to Civilians and I'll be in a club.
yeah.
And they do that on Wednesday nights. So honestly, I've been trying to get down there every Wednesday that I can, And sometimes there's been a full crowd, and sometimes there's been 15. But 15 Civilians it's pretty good. And
yeah.
all I got to do is drive 45 minutes. So
yeah, something like that.
Comparatively, I mean, it's not.
But I also don't. I have fun when there's 5 other comics at a shitty open mic, because I'm if I can get these 5 people that have heard my garbage over and over again to laugh at it one more time.
I think they're all worthwhile.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because again, even if it's old stuff, you still got to say it out loud. It's still about the rehearsal of it, and to make sure whenever you do deliver it in front of the crowd you want to deliver it in front of, which I don't know if anybody knows, but you can never choose your crowd. It's you're always gonna, even if you are the best marketer in the world and you have your following, there's always gonna be that handful of people who they just came in for a show.
Yeah.
I
feel like the most supportive thing I can do for other comics is sit in an open mic and not laugh. Because I'm not.
You're helping.
Yeah, I am. I think I am.
That's the reverse heckle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the contest element because I mean I've heard people complain about it.
Oh, so have I.
And I've complained about it.
I know.
Because Because objectively, with the way that the contest works, you can have someone win that's not really as funny as people that didn't win.
Possibly, but you have that in anything. You have that in anything where there's a competition.
Any contest.
Any competition, it's varied. But I would also say that you need to, whatever it is, you need to make the audience laugh or satisfy the audience in some way.
But like a foot
wait a
race.
minute. I have a new idea of how to win contest. Audience satisfaction.
There you go.
I'm just gonna spend 7 minutes.
See, this is the other thing. I don't understand why people hate on people that bring people and promote, because that's part of being a comedian, is promoting yourself and getting people to shows. I mean, that's how you build your following. And even if yes, people fall off. I understand that. But if you're still able to do that, I mean, I think that's a good skill to have. I mean...
Well, I mean, here's the reason I can't bring people. Because I've been doing open mics almost nightly for 6 years. I don't have any relationships with people
you're misconstruing what bring people
that are still healthy enough for them to come and support me.
But you could but you still have friends that you don't know that you have friends on Facebook. They're friends from they could be friends from high school. They could be friends of a friend of a friend. That if you share that, and then somebody sees it, you never know. They could also share it. So I mean, I think that's a little bit of a cop out, to be honest, because if you have so many friends, you've got 500 friends, probably. I'm just assuming. I've got 500 friends. He's got 500 friends. But not all of our friends are the same. There's at least 50 friends between, or you've probably got 50 that I don't know. He's got 50 that he doesn't know. And there could be an off chance that if you share it, you get 2 people in there. I'll take that.
Yeah, I mean, that's happened.
Yeah.
It's happened where people show up inexplicably.
That's a good thing.
But...
and hey, who knows that they don't come to your show, that they haven't seen you in 5 years, hey... and then they share your next thing. That's how you get people to come. And all it does is click one button. And I just think it's, I don't know, it's a valuable tool that people don't use quite enough.
Well, I mean, I use it as much as I can. And, the problem that I've found is that, I have a lot of people that have blocked me from sending invites.
It happens.
Yeah. But
that's where, then start a new page. Get those people back in.
Yeah, it's
I know it, but you know what? It's just a part of, you're going to get new friends, and then those friends are going to be in the periphery of the other ones, and that's just the way it works. But that doesn't mean you stop.
No, I haven't stopped. Considering that last Sad Boy show we did, we had people coming from Kent that were fans of mine, from when I started in Kent. Coming all the way to the bop stop.
Because you never know. I've had people show up at a show and it's I didn't even know you lived around here. It's yeah, I live right down the street. But I shared it just because,
but I don't...
Let me put it this way. I would rather do that than... Well, I shouldn't say that.
Here, the difference to me is, because I don't hate on anyone who brings people out. I'll go with last year's winner because she's a great example of she's a newer comic, but she's been funny online for years.
Yeah.
For long enough that she has a following of people that will show up. And it's Jasmine who I'm talking about. With Jasmine, I think her biggest thing to really being a comic was and is probably an ongoing thing, is just transitioning to stand up from already being funny and having a following of people on Instagram and shit like that.
Yeah.
And so she won last year, and I didn't see that as any I'm glad she won is what I mean. She deserved to win. She should have.
Right, yeah.
But there have been other contests in general, not
From this festival or other contests around?
in the world.
Yeah, okay.
Worldwide
Gotcha.
contest problem.
Right.
Yeah, general issue people have with a lot of the contests, like the funny stuff, is you can have like a really new comic or not funny comic bring 15 people from their office because they're the wacky guy at the office, and then they go up on stage and like do shitty street jokes and pull panties out of their pocket, which I've seen, and then all their work friends laugh because they know that person, and then they make the most noise in the clap off, and then that person wins, but you had 11 other comics that have actually been working on sets and like all the, do everything, but they just couldn't bring people out.
Okay. So, and then what do you take from that?
Well, what I take from it is that a lot of times it's a contest of who can bring the most people to support them rather than who's the most funny person in this contest.
See, I don't look at it as, I look at it as whatever happens, because I normally know that I'm going to lose. I go into it that I'm going to lose.
That's how I approach most contests.
So I look at it automatically as, well, I'm getting time. I'm getting stage time. No matter what happens, I'm getting stage time. And these people are completely different people that I can get stage time in front of. And if I can make them laugh as much as I can, or more than their guy from the office or work laugh, then I've succeeded in what I needed to do. A contest of, I don't care if it's $100 or $500 or $2,000, isn't going to be worth as much as where you're going to get by accumulating sets and accumulating time. That's how you get better. You don't get better by just saying, oh, well, it's like that guy came up and he did, he pulled stuff out of a hat. Because guess what? It doesn't matter if you're the biggest comedian in the world. You could be on the Today Show, and then they're going to bring in an animal, and that animal might be funnier than you.
Now, to be clear,
doesn't end.
to be clear, John's not talking about black people. He's talking about an actual animal.
Jesus Christ.
Leave it to the Jew.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the flip side of that, and is the way that I have approached it a lot of times, like the funny stuff is, even if you don't win, you go in and you have a really good set in front of a bunch of people you've never seen before.
Because you're still going to get... I don't mean to interrupt.
It's still fun, and it's a good experience to do, a sold-out room.
What's the prize at the Funny Stop?
Pete doesn't rape you.
No,
Well,
instead he woos you.
Yeah, he is a gentle lover.
Chris Paugh, you're always very funny, and I like the feel of your bristly hair in between my Lebanese fingers. Come to the cigar shop, bring $40.
And 5 people.
What does the winner get? Because I've never actually participated in it.
It's like $50, and in theory, a weekend hosting.
Okay.
In theory, but some people have to go and claim their prize.
Yeah, and then they don't for 3 years.
But yeah, they get a thing of hosting, correct?
Yeah, in theory.
Okay.
In theory.
So if you do well, do you think he's going to host you?
I mean, there's that whole, like, second runner-up, like the American Idol kids that all ended up with record deals just because they had the exposure of being, even though they didn't win first place. I mean, there's that kind of thing that happens.
I get the satisfaction, but, I mean, it's, in the reality of things, I don't know.
I mean,
I just put more credence into the set, into what I'm doing in my time. If I win, fantastic. If I don't, I'm gonna be disappointed. But it's just on to the next set. I mean, it's just not like, yes, you want, if we're talking about like Boston or we're even talking about Cleveland, then yeah, you want to win. You get competitive, of course. I think it's a natural thing. And I don't see anything wrong with that either.
What do you think about the notion? I've heard in different years, in different cities, also, this idea in a lot of festivals where because local people are able to bring more people out, that it's usually a local person that wins those festivals, and then the out of town people kind of start to drop off.
You mean drop off that local people don't submit? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, might submit less, but
well, why would they submit less if the locals were winning? That doesn't seem.
No, yeah.
You mean that the out of towners are submitting less because the locals?
Yeah, or they just don't expect to win at all.
Well, yeah, I think that could go. That obviously would play into it, but I would say up until Jasmine, I would say even I would go Paramore. From my own personal experience, that all the winners were from a lot of the winners were from out of town. We had like 3 straight winners that were from out of town. I mean, we had one guy who had just won Boston, and then he came to do Cleveland, won that, and then he went out to, I think it was like Seattle, and competed and got into the finals of that one.
I can do that. And the dude
was just like he was just like collecting checks, you know.
Nice.
And I mean, I think that's the way you need to look at it. I mean, It's like, you know, you get focused on this one thing, but it's such a bigger picture. And it's about the opportunities and meeting the people as much as you can, because you never know.
Yeah, and like I think what a lot of people have gotten out of the Cleveland Comedy Festival over the years isn't necessarily the stage time. It isn't necessarily, you know, the opportunity to compete. It's the connections that they've made with people.
Oh man, or just barely missed out on because they were fucking vomiting all night.
Yeah, there's that too.
Well, I will say this too: if you see people come in from New York or Los Angeles or Miami or even Canada or Toronto or something like that, you get to see your peers to a certain respect, and you can gauge yourself, and it's like, wow, how good am I compared to these people? And I'm like, well, maybe I need to work a lot harder because these people are a hell of a lot better than I am. You gotta come to grips of how good you are and how to make yourself better.
Yeah.
You know? And that's part of it, is to just do that gauge. You're like, okay, well, maybe this is just another guy from New York, but this other just standard guy in New York just crushed it, you know?
Yeah, you can if you watch a few shows at the festival or any of them where there's a lot of different people from out of town, you can really tell what cities have like more polished comics. Because everybody comes to that, they're doing their best 7 or 10 or whatever it is.
Right.
And that's pretty interesting to watch.
Yeah, and it's been cool to see like people that have gotten like into the finals of the festival, or just people that I've met and see what they're doing like years later.
Shane Torres came through.
Yeah.
He was first doing stuff. And, I mean, look at him. He's all over the place.
Shane Torres is a goddamn delight.
So I think the answer is, if you're going to do it, just go enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, take advantage of everything. And honestly, if you ever...
the washer disagrees.
Right.
Shut up, Meg.
And this has been, and I'm going to say it, because this has been a huge thing for since it started. If you want to help plan it, anybody that's a comic is more than willing, and the contact information is on the website. And I know most people's got internet. All you got to do is look up the website, and it has Joe's email address, it has my email address, but don't contact me, and it has Rodney Bengston's email address.
I suggest you FaceTime with Rodney Bengston, because
right?
He is a goddamn treat to speak to.
And then the other thing we do at the end of every festival is we do the comedian surveys. And I don't know if you guys have ever filled them out, but we go over them intently. What did we do right? What did we do wrong? What did people like? What did they not like? And that's how we.
Can I give
stuff.
people some examples of something that they could suggest?
Well, it was in the. I mean, I'm sure you got. Did you get the email this time? I don't know if they sent them out yet, but.
I just wanted to tell you stuff that I think is funny right now. I was trying to set
you
myself
lost me.
up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I was trying to set myself up to. Yeah.
Okay.
It's time to put Big Chuck and Little John out to pasture.
That's the reason why we did it. I mean,
Are
that's
they
the reason
gone?
why we do a lot of these is because, we might not necessarily have the opportunity too much longer to do something. That's why we couldn't, like, one of the guys' dream for the longest time was to do a roast of Dick Goddard. But we waited we kept trying. By the time it was okay, it was like, he's not really, it would just be yelling at an old man. It would be really,
no one cares about Dick Goddard.
Right,
anymore.
well, Cleveland people, I don't know, I'm not from Cleveland, but apparently everybody in Cleveland loves Dick Goddard. So that was an idea, but it didn't happen. So you're welcome, Chris.
Yeah, I mean,
but if you, if you would like to change anything, or if you would like to, suggest, or if you would like to book somebody, just email Joe and say, hey, I would like to be intently helping this year with the planning of 2011. I would like to be all on board, ready to go. Put me to work. Let's
of 2011?
What's that?
Of 2011?
I don't know why I keep doing that.
Because it's
11.
7 years too late.
The 11th festival.
Okay.
I don't know why I keep doing that.
Yeah, I mean, that's how, like, the Ad Hominem Attack Show got involved with the Cleveland Comedy Festival, is I emailed Joe a few months ago and was like, hey, are you doing satellite shows this year? I'd like to get this show involved and this show involved. And we were in the program. I have a program upstairs. We may have not been on the website, but we were in the program. And
yeah, I mean, that's due to manpower, to be quite honest. I mean,
honestly, it was pretty great because
human power.
Human power.
Yeah, check your cis hetero white male privilege. But
and it is
my my nephew Logan was in Class Clown, so my 3-year-old niece is there, and they open up the fucking program, and she sees the Sad Boys logo, and she's like, it's Uncle Jeremy. So that was really nice.
Yeah, and, Class Clown's another thing that we do. We've been doing, I think this is like the 5th year of Class Clown, and it's teaching kids comedy, and a lot of the kids take better direction and have better sets than a lot of the adults I know.
I mean, when I first saw Logan do, like, because I came in on week 2, because week 1 I was doing a wedding. But week 2, I watched what he was doing, and then I actually watched him take directions and learn.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Yeah, because they're in class, they already know to learn to do this stuff, and they just apply it, and it's awesome.
It really is, especially considering, especially with what you and I do, like how often we tell people, hey, you should probably try this, and then watch them not do it and fail.
Right.
To watch people actually listen and then succeed.
Yeah,
is amazing.
Apply it, or just say, hey, you might want to wait a beat or something like that, and then they do it, and it works, and then they're like, and they're happy. And you're talking about kids from like 10 to 17, and I mean, a lot of them. One kid, went on to art school, and he was doing performance art and stuff like that, and I mean, a lot of people get confidence. One of the kids is doing stand-up now.
Yeah, Daniel Myers, the kid you like.
He was a Class Clown.
Yeah.
What was he?
He did it for like 3 years, I think.
He's a funny kid.
Yeah. He's real funny. Like, we just saw him a couple weeks ago at, what's it called? The show you just did, Avenue Tap House?
Yeah. I remember editing Daniel's stuff.
He's on my list that doesn't exist.
Yeah, he's a Class Clown graduate. He did it, I think, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, he's really funny. And, I know some other kids that have done it, and it's been good experiences for them. And
we should send Ryan to that class.
Stop saying fam, Ryan. Don't tell me what to do, Scanlon. I've been doing this 5 years. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Flips his hair.
I tell you what, Scanlon could give him some notes.
What is that?
Was this?
Is that a rolled up? It looks like a punching bag, but it's like a rolled up.
It is a rolled up mattress pad, I think.
Pad. Okay.
It was originally upstairs for when we had this was Ginger Trap House was at full capacity. Over the holidays, we had 2 people down here in the basement. We had 3 people in the one kid's room, 4 people in the other kid's room, and then Mark and Mandy, and then me and Brandy on the couch. So we were at full capacity.
Yowzers.
Yeah.
It's a lot of waste.
It was all good people. It was a great Thanksgiving.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah. Jeremy had a good holiday. Oh yeah.
You were
Fuck
happy?
You. Yeah. Fuck you. We don't like you when you're happy, you piece of shit.
Dare.
We're gonna tell you all our darkest secrets to bum you out some more.
Podcast listeners, Jeremy still has no comb over, but he does have pillowcases and sheets on his bed.
I do.
Which is crazy.
And decorations.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's 2 holiday cards from my wonderful cousin out in North Carolina. There's the junkyard dog that Zach Schildwachter gave me for being on my podcast.
You got your Jew candle over there?
Yeah, the Jew candelabra is up.
My favorite is the Live, Laugh, Love hanger right above your bed.
Yeah, that's Quinn Patterson gave me that. It's great because you can see his name. It looks like a 2 there instead of a Q because he went full on cursive with it.
What year did the contest start?
Let's look at that.
Year 3.
Think it was year 3. Well, I don't. The TV contest. It was technically a contest. Yeah, that's when it started technically.
What's the TV thing?
That year it was at the Hermit Club, and Time Warner Cable is like public access, and they wanted something to fill their. I forget what station it was.
It was
like the
on
same
demand.
Station, yeah, it was the same station where they had the firewood.
Oh yeah, Time Warner Cable local on demand.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they were just looking for something to put on there, and we thought, hey, not only can we give these people time, but we can also have them go away with a TV style type of tape.
Yeah.
As an extra bonus. So we did that, and they taped something at the Hermit Club, and then they taped a live, or not live, I think it was live, Mike Polk show, or they just taped it.
Yeah, did they do that
at the
Funny Stop? Did they do that the same year, or was that the next year? Because I remember when that happened, and I remember the mess that was associated.
You might be right. I think it was the next year.
Yeah, it was the next year they taped it, and it was just...
And the reason why they did it down there was because I think their headquarters, or wherever they're located, was closer to down there, and they didn't have to go all the way up here to do it.
Yeah, but, there were some good things about that, and there were some bad things. I wasn't intimately involved, so I'm not as aware of everything, but...
Which are you talking about?
Both.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, you're never going to get everything completely perfect.
Yeah.
And even though trust me, I don't think anybody is harder on how things go than me as far as the festival. You know what I mean? Like year by year on how I want it to be perfect. But it just doesn't happen. I mean, you hope to get, so that everybody has a good time and that you get it completed.
Yeah.
Because even sometimes, even just doing the first one was just like, okay, we did the first, can we do this? And then we were like, yeah, we can do this. And then slowly, and then sometimes we shot way too big.
Yep.
And you had to learn your lesson. And then you kind of shrink back a little bit. And just, it's just the process.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I mean, we've talked to other festivals, see what they do. And, and that's how you change. So, and that's what we've tried to do over the years. It's just, I'd say it's just really hard with only a couple of people. You know what I mean? It's exceptionally hard.
Yeah, because really it has been just you, Hannum, and then
and Rodney came a little later.
Rodney came a little later, and it was Sidley back in the day.
Well, and what happened was, we had the first few years, we had a few guys, and then, somebody got sick.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Venom in the first year. And so he wasn't able to do very much.
Yeah.
And then a few years later, Sidley got really sick.
Yep.
And obviously he can't, he did a lot, but he still can't do that much. And then, so then I think I pretty much didn't really do much stand-up, only the local stuff as far as like touring goes. I just focused on the festival up until this past last year. And, other than that, I was just doing like open mics, and occasionally I'd do a paid thing.
Yeah, there was a lot of... That's why it was weird with you not being in the festival, because a lot of our conversations after our little shows that we did together was talking about the festival and what's going on.
Yeah, what's going on and who we're trying to get, or, that's a whole other thing on the people we've tried to get. Sometimes we've been so close, and it's just, for whatever reason, it just doesn't pan out. Just really good people, and it just
really
for whatever
good people.
Reason it just it doesn't come to fruition. So
a lot of these people wanted Just for Laughs / Boston / like Moon Tower money for what was a non-profit festival.
And we
and
just
some
can't.
of those you get into them, and then Louis C.K. jerks off in front of you.
Yeah, yeah. That's not gonna Moving on.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard whenever when you try to if you bring in multiple people, you're looking at plane tickets, you're looking at hotel, you're looking at all those things, and then with the deal and Playhouse Squares, it's a fantastic place to go, and we also have to have a deal with them. We still got to pay our rent basically. So, and that's a lot of it too. So, it's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, and man, that deal with Playhouse Square makes things really, really difficult for some things.
For some things, right? But it's just one of those things we had to figure out how to work around.
Yeah.
That's why I think this year, with them doing Fred Willard, it was a good marriage of a solution. You know what I mean? Of not necessarily that it's a problem, but it's more advantageous to do something like that you put a face to it, that everybody knows, that most people know.
Yeah.
What is
and then,
what can you say? As much as you're probably allowed to say or whatever. What does Playhouse Square want out of the festival?
Well, Playhouse Square is a nonprofit too.
Okay.
So that's why I think that's one of the reasons why they work with us, is because we're a nonprofit. That helps out a lot. Now, obviously, anybody can go down there and we could say, hey, I want to give Playhouse Square a bunch of money. We're going to rent out this theater. Because Clear Channel does it all the time. They'll just go in, they'll give them a chunk of money, and we're going to rent out the Allen, and we'll bring in Malarkey, or whatever his name is, or Mulaney, or whoever.
They had Jim Gaffigan in town.
Jim Gaffigan, take your pick. Anybody can go in there and rent.
Yeah.
But they give us a little bit extra support too. They'll send out to their database an email blast for us. It goes in with their other stuff. So there's other things involved with them that makes it being associated with Playhouse Square.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge thing, because as soon as you say that, even if you're doing the contest or you're doing a happy hour show, you say, oh, I'm at Playhouse Square, to just any old civilian out there, they're like, wow, that's a pretty big deal. You don't have to say specifically I'm in the basement of Kennedy's.
Yeah, but even the Kennedy is a really nice space.
Theater.
It's a really fun room. Yeah,
it's set up perfect for comedy.
Yeah, it really is. I can't... There's only one thing I've done at Kennedy that wasn't good, and that's just because there were no pre-sales and nobody showed. But then I still, I went with the guys that showed up to do time, and we ended up going somewhere and having a ball. So.
And
it is, and it's the kind of, I just want to be Tony Clifton. in that room.
That's seen a lot of stuff, and that's the thing too, is when you do a festival, a lot of the things are walk up. I mean, it's a lot of people don't necessarily pre-sale. That's why I was so surprised this year that wine and ladies
women
just sold out so early. I was like, dang, that's awesome.
They did radio
you get a lot of walk
ads
up
and stuff and everything. I just randomly heard ads for it in the store and stuff.
Oh, was that on Oh Wow, on the internet radio thing?
I don't know if it was the internet. It was just a FM.
They may have.
Radio.
Again, I don't know. I don't know to the extent of this past year. I mean, we've done radio in the past. And in the end, it almost seemed like that we were just spending too much money for some of it, because I think we did ESPN. We did. I know we did.
You did MMS.
WMMS a lot.
Yeah, because that was back in the day.
But it seemed like, okay, yeah, we would get a little bit. We'd get our comic on there, and then in the end, if you get somebody like Fred Willard, well, they're going to put him on anyway, because they're Fred Willard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't have to do the whole
they
song
wanna-
and dance.
You can get it.
They want him so they can be like, hey, why'd you
Right.
jerk off in that?
And it's called collateral marketing, and so you got to look
theater.
to try to get some of that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it was.
I don't see what the problem with that was either. I don't see what the big deal was.
No, Pee Wee Herman did the same thing, and
You're in.
we all thought it was a shame that he got
I jerk off in
fucked
every
over for
theater,
it.
whether it be a porno one or not. I was just,
Of course.
Justice League,
Yeah.
Aquaman.
Yeah, everybody loves that Aquaman boy, and I'm just like,
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. I was just.
Yeah, neither have
playing
I,
along.
because I don't want to get angry at a movie again.
Yeah, you did get really mad about a dream sequence.
Yeah, I did.
In Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
He was mad about the dream sequence where Batman carried a gun.
Oh,
But it was
Batman,
a dream.
Batman carried a gun in a lot of other parts of that. No, all right, let's not get
It's
into
a
that.
dream, and he's got guns on the Batmobile.
Always has.
Yeah.
But that's
So
for
what's the problem?
that's for attacking vehicles,
Oh,
not
Christ.
people.
So you're saying that he's never shot the Joker while running him down with the Batmobile?
Yeah, I was thinking about this today because I was watching Civil War.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where Falcon straight up just shoots a dude in the face with two guns. And no one said shit.
Yeah, well,
The Avengers kill people nonstop and nobody cares.
I mean, I want them to murder people.
It's really
Batman's supposed to be better than murder. Otherwise, why hasn't he just shot the Joker in the head?
Well,
No, I think he likes the Joker. I think that the Joker is right, that him and Batman are very similar.
Yeah. Well, if they do the Flashpoint movie, which sounds like they're going to, I think they're going to get more into that.
yeah.
We'll see.
Good, the Joker has some points.
Well, I mean, he does. We got to show you a video after this. All right. This is something that we didn't get a chance to get into a lot on the Hate Flow if that episode comes out. It probably will. I just have to do a lot of editing to it.
All right.
But something that you mentioned that I don't think gets enough credence because there aren't a lot of other things that do this in Cleveland is the charitable contributions made by this nonprofit organization throughout all the years of the festival.
Virtue signaling. I'm out.
All right. Because we have we've paid a lot of money into charity, so almost $10,000.
Nice.
And I know that's not a lot over a 10-year or almost 9 or 10-year period, but I mean, for me, $10,000 is a decent amount of money,
And you consider that a lot of that is with shows at Kennedy. Like, those shows raised money for shit.
Yeah, and that's I think 65, 75 people max.
Yeah. So...
Also, I haven't had the same experience a lot of people have seemed to claim to have had. Any spots outside of the contest that I've done or hosting, I've gotten paid for.
Well, there are a few. It depends on the show.
Yeah, but I mean,
the late night shows and the 5 o'clock shows, you're right. The host, I don't get paid.
They what?
The 5 o'clock happy hour show.
Did I say something I shouldn't have?
The host usually doesn't get paid. We might have done it one year, but I'm pretty sure that we didn't pay, or maybe we did.
I don't remember
I
specifically
usually know we
what
try
I
to take
did.
care of the hosts.
What I'm saying is anything that I've been told I was gonna get paid for, I've been paid for.
Well, I don't know who said that they were supposed to get paid for something they didn't get paid, because usually...
and that was the same person that hasn't done it for 8 years.
Okay.
Said that
well, I can tell you what that was.
Said that, but
so,
it was said as though it was... The impression it gave me is that a lot of people have said this.
Yeah, that's no.
She's made this claim.
Look.
Or is it
sometimes,
just
like,
the way
sometimes
she
when you
said
tell
it?
people it's a non-profit show, that they don't understand that, like, to the extent, and I'm not saying that, I'm saying is, it's still, you're volunteering your time. That's part of the thing. We're booking you on here, so yes, you can get, you can do time in front of a packed crowd, but the deal is that the money is going to the charity, whether it be LGBT, whether it be cancer, the money is going there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have paid people in the past, and sometimes they ask for more, and we can't afford more.
Yeah.
And we say, well, thank you, but no thank you, because we just can't afford that, and then also give a decent donation to the charity.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the miscommunication happens.
Well, it's like everybody has a different opinion on that. Whether or not you should donate your time when you're doing a nonprofit show. I tend to, whatever, if I'm passionate enough about the cause, I will do it. But if you tell me I can't sell merch, you can go fuck yourself.
And I don't think we've ever said that people couldn't sell their stuff after the show.
No, this is a recent thing that I got shit for. Because, I was like, I did something for an adjacent charity to what I was doing, and I got paid. And I know how much you're making. I know you can afford to pay me. You're not going to. It's fine. I'm very passionate about the cause, but don't give me shit for selling merch.
Yeah, I mean, I think there have been times where we did pay.
Mm-hmm.
It just depended on the event.
Yeah,
it depended on, But we're usually very clear about this. You're getting paid such and such. And again, if they say that they can't do it for that amount, then we're like, okay. No, thank you.
And to clarify, that's what I'm saying is anything that one of you said, hey, do you want to do this thing at this day? It pays X.
Right.
I've received X.
Yeah.
I haven't been.
We try to. I mean, I know this year they paid over $1,000, over $1,000, just in comedian fees.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not talking about that's not talking about Fred Willard. That's not talking about that Lou Santini guy. I'm talking about between hosts and guests on the All-Star show at the alcohol, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They do pay, but if you're in the contest or in the showcase, it doesn't pay. If you're hosting, it depends on which show. If you are in the prelim, you get paid. I think the Bop Stop one year we did pay. But we usually we tell people, especially if I'm booking them for the prelim, because that's one of the most, and sometimes we'll do, okay, well, you're doing the prelim, can you stay for the late show? And just bang that out too.
Mm-hmm.
But we try to make it worthwhile, and sometimes we have a host, sometimes we try not to have a host that's in the contest to host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it sometimes doesn't work out. I mean, again, it's just, there's so many of us. There's only so much we can do. I would love to have more people to volunteer to do planning throughout the year and work on it throughout the year. I would love that. I would have loved it the whole 9 years. But sometimes people do, and they get. I reward them if they help out a lot. I promise you, I reward them.
Yeah.
I give them.
Blowjobs?
I give them shows, handies. I ain't gonna put my mouth on that shit.
I put my mouth on you one year.
I know you did. That was the only time.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to feature.
I did.
And that's what I'm talking about. I reward.
No, I mean, I don't think, like, I'm a prime example of that because, like, you know, I staffed the Cleveland Comedy Carnival the second year, and then, you know, I got a prime spot in the lineup that night for doing that, and all my people got in for free. It was lovely. I hosted week's shows at Saxonheim for a few years, and I got paid for that. It was lovely. And those shows were some of my favorite I've ever done. Like, because when the Saxonheim is hopping and everybody's having a great time, it's still one of the best rooms in Cleveland.
It's my favorite place to be in Cleveland, period.
Yeah, it's wonderful there.
I mean, we did a thing there, and I know it was hard for people to get to, but we paid that so the comics could go there and they could have food, that they could go there and eat, because we knew the comics were coming in with not a lot of money, and even comics around here don't have a lot of money, and during the festival they don't think about eating. Well, they can go up there, they can get a bite to eat for literally on our tab.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they did that this year. I think they had pizza and stuff down there, but
they did have pizza, and they had.
But that stuff costs money,
yeah.
And it's part of the contest fee. It's a part of it, you know, when we can do a fundraiser, all that money goes back into it.
Well, and also, I mean, a big chunk of the contest fee is the prize money.
It is. It's the prize money, and then, you know, the T-shirt. I mean, some people, I mean, maybe they don't like it, maybe they do. I don't know if they don't or they do. But
I love this T-shirt that I'm wearing now, the Moses Cleveland one. That's my favorite T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't worn my new this year's. The two that I have they're just comfortable shirts.
Yeah. Well, that's
I
key.
don't even know as far as like.
The first one's, I don't know if I have the 2013 one on. I think that's the one I'm not like. It's not my favorite.
I mean, people seem to. I see them constantly. I see them all the time.
I almost gave up like my 2009 shirt to somebody for an audition. I was like, no, you can't have this. Actually, she was coming in to get like black clothes for an audition. I was like,
and then the other. I mean, well, and the other. Speaking about helping comics, the one thing we don't talk about is that, you know, comics that have died, we've donated to their families. Well, their families' charity or whatever, because they always do, like, you know, please donate to such and such charity in lieu of giving the family money. We've done that several times. There have been comics that have been stranded in places that just wanted to get home that we've sent money to.
That's pretty awesome.
So
that's something that I've had to deal with, and that is
we
like
try
hard.
to look out for people that are in the community as best we can, and the thing that we get back is it's hard to continue to do whenever it just feels like that no one gives a shit, you know. And that was part of last year. That was part of last year after the DePetta thing. I'm gonna be quite honest. I was mad at literally every single person in this scene. Every single one. After the DePetta thing, because I was just basically like, why am I even doing this? The DePetta and Chris Porter thing with Lawhead.
That was
we did 2 talks, one with Chris DePetta, who owns the Atlanta Punchline. He was in to judge. It was him, and it was Steve Guy, and he was interviewing him, talking to him about, because he used to be Jeff Foxworthy's manager, and he's the guy from Mike and Molly. What's his name? Do you remember his name? He's his manager.
Fatty.
Vardell, or
I don't know.
I don't know why it escapes me, but he's his manager. Knows a lot of people. He, you know, he produces. You know, he's got several clubs, and I think literally there was like me, Schizo Bill, and 1 or 2 other people from Cleveland, but the rest out of towners. And it was free. It was in people's packets that all they had to do, we promoted that anybody, even if they weren't in the festival, that if they were just comedians, if they wanted to come down and just listen and talk and ask questions, they could on both of these. And it was poorly attended. And we've had several of the workshops and stuff like that people just don't take advantage of. That's why this year, when it was a packed house and they did the writers' things, I was like, fucking finally somebody got the goddamn memo.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that was awesome. Because if maybe you love comedy and you don't necessarily see yourself as much as stand-up, you still see yourself as a writer, they were telling you some very valuable information on how to become a writer on these shows, on Colbert or on the Full Frontal, Seinfeld. So, I mean, all those things was valuable information. I mean, DePetta talked about this one guy who was doing stand-up and people just didn't get him. They just didn't get him, but he was still very funny. So he was just like, maybe you should just try to write, scripts. And so that's what he does now. And he was just talking about how, you have that guy that's still... What's that?
We should have him talk to DePerna.
Hey, DePetta, meet DePerna!
He's talking about these guys make a great living punching up scripts, and they just get what he calls mailbox money.
Yeah.
Where he just goes down there, he grabs a check, and he sends out another email with punched up jokes, and just keeps getting checks or residual checks from shows that he's written on. I mean, if you're going to be writing jokes, you might as well, try it,
Yeah.
And then, not only that, but you had Chris Porter, who I think he either won Last Comic Standing or he was, up there in Last Comic Standing.
I think he was up there because I remember him coming into town that year doing Youngstown, and people kind of fell in love with him.
Yeah, and this was a funny dude.
Yeah, Chris Porter's great.
And he essentially...
I feel like he was somewhat well-known before he did that, too.
Well, I mean, everybody that was.
Yeah, they all have agents and stuff. That's how they get on it.
No, I mean Last Comic Standing.
I'm talking about Last Comic Standing, too.
Yeah, okay.
Because Rich Voss was on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how a lot of them get on there is, NBC called...
Right.
Probably did an agent search and who do you got, and let's see everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole cattle call thing is a myth.
I need an agent.
But, and he talked about how... And I kind of suspected that in LA he's an Uber driver, but I wasn't positive because he kept promoting Uber. How awesome it was. And then he basically said that after he went so far, he had producers come to him and was like, so what do you have written? What do you have written? And at that time, from what I understood, that he didn't have any scripts. And he said, you have to be prepared for that opportunity. And he was like, he said to us, he was like, I was not prepared for that opportunity. And he goes, that opportunity has passed. I now have scripts. I got a bunch of scripts, but I don't have the producers knocking down my door now because then he was extremely hot. But you never know. And now I think he was at Hilarities, but I think he's getting back up there again.
Yeah.
But he's a very good comic. No, there was 4 or 5 people there.
He said he liked my hat, so I will love him forever.
I mean, and some of this stuff is, if you're serious about this, and it's free, it just boggled my mind that people weren't there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
And that's why it's, I get emotional, and it's frustrating for me. Because I've been doing this, and you lay it all out, and then you try to get people to come, but it's just they're just saying, fuck you, right to your face. And it got too much for me to deal with. And I was like, I want to do stand-up for myself now. I've got kids. I want to at least leave them something. I don't want to be in poverty for the rest of my life. But yeah, I wanted to do stand-up for myself. So that's why it just was like, I'll leave it in the hands of these guys and, hopefully other people will step up and volunteer and help them out.
So it just ended. How soon will they start working on next year?
Well, I'm sure they've already probably started talking about it. I already got a message about, you can contact them anytime and say, hey, I would like to help out. Trust me, they will give you something to do. But you can't be like, oh, well, this is beneath me. Because you have to have trust. You have to find out, will this person do it, and will they take it to the full length and do it and do everything I need them to do. And then when you come back, you've done that, you want to do something else, I'll give you something else to do. And slowly, you'll be you'll be integrated into the everyday stuff. But it's already begun.
I'm not gonna do anything.
Thanks.
I mean, I offered myself up as per usual, but what I ended up doing was just I did a set on the late show that I walked in, and you were like, "Hey, there's room," so I did a set, and then I did a set at the class clown graduation, which was amazing. And
can I tell you how many sets I've done in the total Cleveland Comedy Festival?
1.
I think 3.
3.
Because I did sets at the very beginning, the first 2 years, and I just did a set this year. Up till then, I think maybe 4. I think I hosted a show in between there.
Yeah.
Because, I've got so much going on. It's hard to even think about doing everything that's going on and then do your set. You know what I mean?
But I don't understand. You guys started it and you're not headlining every show?
Yeah,
No.
What's the deal with that?
Yeah.
I mean, why aren't you bringing in industry to look at your sets?
Well,
why aren't you bringing in all these important people from all around the country that are movers and shakers to look at your barely featuring open micer level sets in front of people that kind of like you?
Well, I mean, again, we were looking out for the community. I can't speak to other things. We have brought in movers and shakers as far as I consider them.
I don't understand why
I was there and I move and shake.
Do you?
I do.
Did you guys go to the mixers when they did the mixers?
I went to one of them last year, but the last 2 years, everything I went, I already knew it was also a chance to catch up with people I knew that were from out of town.
Yeah, the other attractive thing is they buy you a couple of beers.
Yeah.
So that helps.
Yeah. I don't do mixers anymore.
I drank those beers.
Yes,
those things are those things I've always just dropped off food and kind of left.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a hard time with that amount of many people.
Yes.
Trying to get maybe 2 people's attention, and it always creeps me out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anytime they come in and they're judges, they'll talk to everybody. They want to. They need talent. They need to see new people, and that's the reason why it's good for them, is because they can constantly see new people, and then if we're bringing that to them, then maybe they'll come back the following year. I mean, it depends on schedules, but
it's also
that's what we try to do.
It's really awesome to meet people from out of town and maintain contact with them over the years. I don't know. It's different than a friendship a lot of the time, but
yeah,
it's just, it's a cool thing to be a part of. I have another question now. How come
can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
To get back to, I actually.
Yeah. Then we should.
All right, go ahead.
Wrap up soon.
I mean,
go ahead.
I was messaging back and forth with Chris DePetta all the time. It was about random things, and then I was talking to him about the script I was writing. I sent him that. He read the treat or the treatise or whatever the fuck they call it.
Treatment?
Yeah, treatment. I'm really bad at that.
You read the treat. You wrote it. Script on a fucking Rice Krispie patty.
Right, exactly. I sent it to him, and it was okay, he said.
I mean, you got a good mark on that too, so that's awesome.
Well, I wasn't expecting. I wanted him to give me honesty, and he gave me honesty. I mean, I wasn't expecting him to fall all over, but that's what he did, and I appreciated that. And these guys will talk to you. If you're at a show and you go up to them and you talk to them, they'll give you ideas and hints. But if nobody goes up to them or nobody goes to the thing, I mean, it's difficult.
Yeah. Go ahead and be a prick now, Jeremy.
I have a question.
Sure.
How come your festival isn't soliciting $10,000 sponsorships from the community? I mean, it seems like you would be able to...
a community or the community?
The community. I mean, there are businesses in Cleveland that really wanted to be a part of the festival, and I feel that they should, be able to give you their $10,000 to be featured on a T-shirt.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever charged that much ever.
Wow. So deals are possible here.
So, well, our sponsors, you are being a bit of a dick.
On.
No, I know what he's talking about. I hear things. But we just give a breakdown, because Joe's in marketing, Joe Hannum. He's one of the coordinators. So we just give them just a direct breakdown of how much it's literally worth, and that's how much we try. I think, unless they donate more, and we have there's so much more. They can literally they can call it the Sprite Cleveland Comedy Festival. We have that mapped out, and I think that might be 5. They can so if Chris Paugh gets $5,000 together,
fuck yeah,
you can say it might even. I mean, we might take 3.
Wait a minute.
But,
wait.
Or we've done titled sponsor of the contest.
Wait, are you telling me that for a few $1,000s we could call it the Chris Paugh Cleveland Comedy Festival?
Yeah.
I think we need to go fund
it. Might be more now.
It
might be like 8 now, because it's you. But
no. I just want the right to name it. I don't necessarily want it to be that, because I might just call it the Cocksucker Cleveland Comedy
That's true. Well, we'll put that. We've got We've got a good lawyer, Mr. Sunshine. That
I'll change it to the On Purpose Cleveland Comedy Festival.
You know what?
No one's
honestly,
ever made that joke.
No one. This is hot fire.
Yeah, I'm glad for the competition, because I think that makes us better.
Well, since we're there, I'm gonna say this and then wrap up the episode. I enjoy both.
That's fine. That's completely fine.
I drink Pepsi and Coke.
Right.
I read Marvel and DC. So I don't give a shit.
I just tend to do things for people that don't, physically and mentally harm my friends. So, just a thought.
That went there. That escalated quickly.
It always does. I don't. I don't know.
I will say that I think only helped make us do things better. Because I think competition does help.
Yeah.
And whether I don't even know if we're necessarily in competition with one another. What they do is completely different from what we do, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with them, not being a nonprofit.
They're both a very different vibe.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's in different things.
It just depends on what you want out of it.
So,
I want Marlon to get a fucking free burrito, and that's it.
Why, Marlon didn't get his free burrito?
It's a long story.
Oh, all right.
It's on a different episode.
Okay. Marlon wants to rose battle Ramon Rivas.
Okay.
Because he took away his burrito.
And if you want to contact the Cleveland Comedy Festival.
Yes, let's do that. Let's do some
You can
emails.
go to the website, clevelandcomedyfestival.com.
Okay.
And where it says contact us, there is literally there's an address where you can just send a letter if you want to send us a letter, or hate mail, whatever. That's P.O. Box 141003, Cleveland, Ohio. Or you can contact Joe Hannum. That's Joe Hannum, JoeHannum @gmail.com. If you want to plan. If you'd like to volunteer.
I'm going to send him dick pics.
He likes those. He'll probably enjoy it.
Yeah, just make sure they're not circumcised.
My name's on the contact
Got you covered.
Don't contact me. And Rodney Bankston is Rod Bankston @sbcglobal.net. It's on the website.
All right.
And the thing that I think a lot of people don't seem to understand, because, a lot of these guys aren't out and about anymore. But Joe Hannum and Rodney Bankston and Scanlon are all good guys.
Joe
And
Hannum's got 5 kids.
He's got 5 kids. He's a goddamn
whoa.
saint.
That is the opposite of being a good person. That's
Well,
too many kids.
Well, he's got an adopted one. I mean, he's like, you know, he's
yeah, he
practically a
adopted
missionary.
before Colleen,
Yeah.
and he's a good dude, and I like his kids. They've been
Yeah, one beat the hell out of Jeremy.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
it was
cool.
funny.
All I'm saying is Joe Paterno also had a lot of kids around.
The Canadians aren't into this.
I think that was the Sandusky's, though, wasn't it? Didn't they have a lot of
Yes,
adopted
that's
kids?
god damn it. That's
Yeah,
what I
you
was
screwed
trying
up.
to say. I
Yeah.
screwed up.
Yeah, well, since you screwed up, let's
Yep.
do some plugs.
All right. What? Check out everything on the Above Below Entertainment Network. Email the show at adhomattackshow. Tweet us at
Attack Show.
@attackshow, @dirtyshear, and @real Chris Paugh. I was trying to remember what my Twitter handle was now.
Yeah, you've changed it so many times.
Yeah.
What's your silly holiday name?
I don't have one yet.
Oh, I'm 365 Crazy Nights.
I was Crypt Paw for Halloween.
That was wonderful.
I should change my thing more, because I saw Bill had his with his upcoming date, and I was like, damn, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it is. Especially,
Who's he taking out? God damn it.
Oh, you're a fucking
I
genius.
ended it on a joke.
Alright.
That'll do,
Oh,
pigs.
so I guess I don't get to plug my Twitter.
Oh, go ahead. What are you on Twitter?
At John A. Wellington.
John A. Wellington.
Yeah, boring.
At John A. Wellington, that is. Alright, that'll do, piggies.